Today, we're diving into a really powerful parable. It's a story about the ultimate act of creation and the incredibly tough choice that comes right after. A choice between, well, absolute perfection for yourself or unleashing chaotic potential for everyone else. Just try to picture that for a second. Think about the absolute pinnacle of your life's work, something you poured every single ounce of your struggle, your joy, your entire being into. This isn't just some project. It's the final valuation of your soul, crystallized into one perfect form. It is literally everything you are. And that is the question at the very heart of our story. A choice between a solitary, kind of godlike perfection and a chaotic, totally uncertain future for others. This, right here, is the jester's dilemma. So our story kicks off with the harvest itself. After a whole lifetime, the jester finds that his very soul has produced something tangible, something so potent it's withered the world around it just to come into being. Right at the mouth of his cave, this fruit appears. And it's not just food, It's a living symbol of his entire journey. The source material actually calls this moment the ripening. Okay, and this is the crucial part you've got to understand. The fruit is the jester. It's the physical embodiment of his whole being. It's the fusion of his darkest, most hidden parts, what the story calls his shadow, with the pure creative innocence of the child. It's all of him in one thing. The fruit even has this scent, and it's called amor fati. That's Latin for a love of one's fate. Now, this isn't just about accepting your past. It's a deep, profound love for the entire painful journey that got him here. That's a heavy, powerful idea, right? And this brings the jester to a massive crossroads. Holding the embodiment of his life's work in his hands, he's staring down two radically different paths. Let's really break this choice down. On one side, he can eat the fruit and become the god, achieving this perfect, static, solitary state. Or, on the other side, he can offer it to the world and become the sower, unleashing creative, disruptive, and frankly, dangerous potential in everyone else. The temptation here is just immense. By eating the fruit, he would completely transcend humanity. He'd become the overman, this philosophical ideal of a person who has totally conquered themselves. He'd be a self-contained god, ending his struggle, his dialogue with the world forever. It's the ultimate act of self-perfection. But that other path, to offer the fruit, that's about giving all that power away. It's about passing on this dangerous sacrament, this sort of poisoned gift, to others, a new generation that's struggling to find their own path. It's a tool for their own painful self-overcoming, not some easy salvation. So you have to wonder, why would anyone even consider giving away ultimate power? Well, to get inside the jester's head, we have to see that this choice isn't about simple selfishness versus altruism. No, it's way more complex than that. And right here, a whisper from the jester's own integrated shadow reveals the key to his thinking. It points out the total futility of isolated perfection. What good is power or insight if you don't have a world to interact with, to affect, to disrupt? This metaphor just illustrates the point so brilliantly. The jester sees his creation not just as a light for himself, but as a fire. And what does a fire need? It needs fuel. It needs a forest. His purpose, he realizes, isn't just to be a torch, but to set something ablaze. This all leads him to this profound realization about what it really means to be a creator. He figures out his higher duty isn't to perfect himself, but to empower his successors, to multiply the abyss, that deep, challenging space, for others. And most importantly, to give them the tools to one day surpass him. With a grin that's described as mirroring in a clicks, the jester plucks the fruit. The decision is made. He's not a hermit anymore. He starts his descent back into the world. But the way he's going to give this thing away is crucial. This is not some act of gentle charity. He has no pity for the struggling people down below and has zero intention of making things easy for them. Instead, he's going to drop it into their playground like a firebomb, a spiritual incendiary. The whole point is disruption, to force a confrontation, to spark a blaze in their own souls. He chose to be the sower of discord. His purpose is to offer a truth that's so potent, so uncanny, that it might just make you choke. It's a gift that's only for the brave, only for those willing to go through the painful process it's designed to ignite. And with this one choice, the jester fully embraces his true nature. He's no longer that inward-looking hermit. He is now a cosmic trickster, actively going down into the world to provoke change. So finally, let's look at the ultimate meaning of this act, because in giving the fruit away, the jester achieves something even greater than becoming a god. He achieves a final act of autonomy. See, by offering the fruit, he severs his attachment to his own creation. He dissolves his identity into the greater flow of life itself, turning his private knowledge into a public poison. His solitary work now becomes a collective fire, belonging to everyone and to no one. And this brings us to the ultimate takeaway. The jester basically mocks the very idea of intellectual property. True mastery, true transcendence, isn't about hoarding power or knowledge. It's about the complete release of ownership. And so the parable leaves us with this final, really challenging question. Is the true pinnacle of creation not the perfect thing you make, but the act of giving it away, of becoming a torch, just so you can set a whole new forest on fire?